What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be messing with some path animations. We're gonna kind of make a little vehicle that I made move around. So let's see what we can do. Let's go over to the Blender side of it. All right. So last week I made a Blender bomb car, elite bomb car, because as you know, my character, my beast, holds a bomb. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let me make a little vehicle out of it. So this is the vehicle I made, and this is like the little cool bomb car that I made. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple of things where we're gonna make this little bomb car go around in circles, just to on a path itself, and then I'm gonna show you what you can do with a path as far as maybe getting him to jump over some vans or something. So let's go ahead and get into it. So right now, I have my character. I set him up, and everything is pretty much separated right now, like you would normally see. So if I move the bomb, like the bomb's gonna move, stuff like that. But what we want to do is make it where the bomb moves all together. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna introduce you guys to what I call, well, not what I call, what Blender calls the empty. So you're gonna press Shift and then A, and it's gonna pull off. It's gonna open up the little menu that you see here, and you're gonna scroll all the way down where it says empty, and you're gonna pick cube. The reason why I pick cube is I just like being able to, like, it's a big cube for one thing, and then whenever you press it, like it's a good setup to start, since it's really a big cube. So from here, what you would do is you're gonna highlight all, pretty much everything. So you're gonna just right click, you're gonna left click, and then use the little dotted marquee that you get, and then you're gonna let it go, and it's gonna pretty much select everything. The reason why I don't press A is because if you have a camera or any lights or anything else, what it's gonna do is gonna pretty much pick up all that. So we're just gonna select it ourselves. So now that you have everything selected, you're gonna press Control P, and then this menu is gonna come up. Pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna say that the cube is gonna be the parent to all the meshes that are, that are the vehicle itself. So what I pick is Object and Keep Transform. So again, you're gonna select everything, and you're gonna press Control P, and then you're gonna press Object Keep Transform. So what you're gonna see is like a little dash line here, and when you select the cube, it's gonna, when you move the cube around now, you're gonna move the full vehicle now. So everything that's separated in here is gonna be following the cube itself. So it's pretty much like you're gonna be, you're layering what you want for it to control. So by doing this too, when you animate, let's say I'm gonna move this from this particular spot all the way over here, and that animation is going to keep going. From there, it gives you the ability to go in here and start animating your character itself. So here you can go into pose mode and like start, messing with his head, and like start keyframing like the little things here and there. And that animation is going to be separate from what you animate with the cube itself. So that's the really cool thing about an empty itself, because what you can also do too is, let's say you want the wheels to move around in circles. There's quite a few ways to get this set up, but what I usually do is I'll create like another empty, and then just make this tire pretty much just rotate. Oop, wrong way. Like rotate, and so you can get the animation of the tire as it flows. But that's a little bit down the line. We'll start breaking that type of stuff down. So today, like I said, we're going to start learning how to animate on a path. So now that you got your bomb car going, or whatever you want, you can even have a beast, like an infinite walk going, and you can pretty much attach a cube to the infinite walk, and you can start, kind of showing it where to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start setting up the path that I want it to animate on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click Shift A, and then we're gonna pick up where it shows curve. And what I like to do for now, what we can do now, we'll just do the circle curve just to get it started. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna get like a circle in the middle, and what I like to do is scale this a little bit bigger. So you can either go up here where it says scale and click that, and then you'll get this option. Or the cool little keyboard shortcut is S. So when you select the little circle, you press S, and then you get that little black arrow right there. When you move your mouse to the left, it starts expanding, and if you go right, it starts shrinking, right? So let's go ahead and expand this a bit out. And so now we're here. What we want to do is, let me see. Yeah, so pretty much that's where that's at. So now this is like the cool little spot where you're going to attach your cube to the path itself. So what's going to happen is when you do that, it's going to start going around this path. And it's like it's driving around in circles. So what you do for that, you're going to click the cube, which pretty much, like I said, the cube is going to be the one that's going to manipulate like everything. So you click the cube, you're going to go to right here on this option that says Object Constraint Properties, and you're going to click the little drop down menu, and you're going to pick Follow Path. So this option pops out when the follow path is enabled. So what I do is you're going to head and select a target, and the target is going to be your circle that you made, which is the noob circle. Let me just triple check that I am correct. Oh, sorry, it's going to be the Benzier circle. So you're going to click this, and it's going to be the Benzier circle. You can either click it. As you can see, I've been practicing a lot, so I have a whole bunch of them. So we're going to click that, and right away it kind of moved, right? It moved toward where the path is. So from there, you're going to select Animate Path. You're going to press it, and that animates it. So right now, look how it starts moving around the path now. So it's going around the circles, but as you can see, it's kind of off-centered, right? And it's not really on the path. And that's where you start kind of toggling these little options right here. So what I do is I usually click Follow Curve, and I am gonna, let's see, where is it? Is it X? Okay, so this is fine, this is fine. Where are we? Gotta get them flipped over. This is the fun part of this thing, is trying to get the correct. Okay, this is like the correct setup right now. So what I have it here is minus Y and Z, and here it is gonna, you know, be a little like a little toggle session because you do have to find the correct position. But as you can see here, there's a little blue dashed line, and what's happening is that this little vehicle is like trying to follow it, but that's not really on the path itself. So all you have to do is click the cube and start like kind of dragging it where it's going to match the certain area that you need it to be on. So now I have it there. So when I play it, it's going around the circle itself. So he's just cruising around, as you can see. Such speed, such grace. But yeah, but here, like I said, it's the cool thing because since he's connected to the cube now, you can actually press the cube and hit the S button, which is the scale button, and you can make this, like, you know, the vehicle pretty big. You can like shrink it down, and it won't mess up really the curve of it. But as you see, when you shrink it down, you'll see those little blue dashes again right here. And then here, when that happens, like I said, you just get it and like kind of drag it where it's hitting it, and now you have like a small little car like racing around a circle. And then let's say, oh, you know what? I didn't want to go to that direction. I wanted to go the other way. Well, all you got to do is click the circle, and you go up here where it says Object. Oh no, sorry. You press the circle. You press tab to go into edit mode, and you're gonna see here where it says segments, and then it says switch directions. So you click that, and now he's gonna go the opposite way. So now he's cruising at lightning speed, getting his driving to where the beast X's are. So okay, so here, the cool thing about animating on a path is that you can start manipulating the path area itself. So let's say you have this guy going in circles, right? Well, if you press tab, you're gonna see these cool little adjusters. Why do I have it? Hold on. You see these little cool little adjusters here. Well, what you can do is actually manipulate like the pathway. So right now, let's say he's going around in circles, but now I want him to go up right here, and I'm gonna make him like go down a bit, like kind of like a roller coaster, and then he's gonna follow that. So now that I press play, he's gonna start going up, and he's gonna go around, all on this like one little path. So the cool thing about that is that when you set up sections for him to drive around, like a little racing track or something like that, like he'll follow around the path. And what you could do with this path itself, you could start, we'll get into this later, but you can start actually manipulating this path to make it into like a real pathway and make it into a road or what have you. So right now that's one path you can do, and it's a circle. Like I said, you can manipulate it as much as you need to be as you want. So you can make this guy go really high, and you press play, and then like he'll follow it up.
So Panda, really quick, we do have a question
Yeah,
in the
what's up?
Well, I got you here. Someone's asking, how do you build tension from the floor to the car?
Tension. What do you mean?
You know what? Demo, if you want, yeah, you can break it down, or you can also raise your hand and we can bring you on stage,
Yeah,
however you like.
you could chat devil if you want to chat, or if you
Yeah.
yeah
So
exactly.
just could request and we'll pull you up. So he's saying,
What
like,
you mean?
would you make it weighted?
I believe you can weight it. I haven't really messed with something that it needed to be weighted, but I see what you mean. I think there's ways to actually weight down the. Like dope, Red. You can weigh down the character itself or the cube itself. And so let's say if you're trying to do something that is has to be stuck to a floor, I'm thinking that's what it is. You can actually make it where it goes with the path and it'll be as heavy as it is. But I haven't messed with that yet. I can look into it and get back to you, demo. I think that would work a little bit better if I just go ahead and try to mess with it myself, or we could jump on a call and then try to mess with it together. I don't mind doing a tutorial with you or helping you out, or us just swapping ideas together. I think it'd be
Yeah, that
cool.
was a really good question, by the way,
Yeah,
Demo.
very good question. So so right now this is, like I said, this is a circle one, of course. That one's dope. So let's go ahead and delete this. And now I'm gonna bring I made like a little ramp. So this is my little ramp that he's gonna jump across. So I made this little thing real quick. So the beast is gonna have a little flight test. So here, if you don't want to animate with a circle in general, there's also another path that you can use, which is called you're going to go to curve, and it's just going to be path by itself. So when you click path by itself, it pretty much makes a straight line that you can start manipulating any way that you need to. So let's say here, since the track is going to the left side, I'm gonna turn this wheel on the z-axis, so now it's going parallel. I'm gonna press tab, and I'm gonna start. Then you can start actually manipulating the different points together. So let's say I want this beast to jump over this cool little setup that I did. I'm gonna make sure that the path is following it. So I'm gonna drag the path all the way to where it hits the ramp, and then I'm gonna press E, which makes a new point, and I'm gonna drag it so it can like start going up the path. It's right here. And in this one, I gotta manipulate it a little bit down, so Oh wait, let me do it a little bit differently. Okay, so E, we're gonna go up. We're gonna do it in increments so it won't get too crazy. So keep pressing E. E is the button that is called the extrude button, and that's gonna make the the path start extruding. As you can see, I'm not doing it straight, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight these guys and bring them back. Oh, I might have to do it separate. There we go. It's gonna be a little crooked drive. Hopefully he'll make it across. Um, right here, right here, and then so we're gonna go back to this dot, press E to extrude, and then we're gonna go maybe right in the middle so we can do a little curve up here, and then press E again, and then it's gonna go down a little bit more, and then E to extrude, and we'll fix this right now, and we just get it to go off the track. And then look at how far I went. I went the wrong way, so let's go back. And then
So you turn, man. There you go.
yeah, these little, when you do it like this, like it's better to wait, let me, I'm going the wrong way totally. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's move this way. And now he's like, okay, let me go back. I'm backspacing, guys, because I went the wrong way. All right, here we go. So here, E, and now we're going straight down. Well, you know what I mean. We're gonna manipulate it as much as we can right now. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. All right, and we go back. Pick this one up. There we go. When you start manipulating yourself, or you start doing like cool things like this, like you gotta have fun adjusting it too, because there's a way to actually keep it on the path, but I mean, just a quick little tutorial to have fun. All right, so now that this is kind of set, we're gonna get this little guy on the path. So we're gonna press tab again to get out of that edit mode. We're gonna click the square again. We're gonna go to where it says follow path. If it's not there, you're gonna go into object constraint properties, and then you go into where it says follow path. And then here you're gonna cut, what is this one called? The NURBS path. So we're gonna click the NURBS path 001. So now it's attached to it, and we gotta hit animate path, follow curve, and now we gotta change the direction on it. Hold on real quick. Where are you going, bro? Well, since he wants to jump that way, let's let him jump that way, right? One second. All right, let's turn this guy around then. So here we're gonna go to minus Z, and now he's gonna jump the curve. So he jumps over and he keeps on going. Watch. Where are you going? So that's pretty much how you animate on a path. And then so you'll get him and he'll fly down. And the cool thing about it, let's say you had multiple little guys, right? You can actually, if you have different different vehicles, let's say, or different characters, you can actually have them all animated on that one path. So whatever this path is, like you can have multiple things like going, and then you can just start like adjusting the speed on it and stuff like that, which we can get to at a later time, since I'm running out of time probably. And then yeah, so the cool thing about this is that how I said about the empty, how it's attached to it, right? What we can actually do is get the camera. Where is he? Over here. And just let me just rotate it around real quick. We'll go -90. And then the camera itself can actually be attached to the cube as well. So now the camera is attached to it and it's following it. So when you kick the camera view, he's upside down, right? Because I did it wrong. But let me turn that camera around real quick, and then that would help a lot. Let's see. Let's go -90, and then we're gonna rotate it. Oops, not zero. What am I doing? Oh, there it is. 90. No, let's go 180. There you go. Now it's zooming in on him. So now when he goes, like the camera's like following the path too. Well, following the cube, which is following the path, and then everything's just following together. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how you animate on a path real quick. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. I hope it helps you on something. I can't wait to see what you guys can do. I am actually gonna fine tune this little vehicle to for you guys. If you want to use it yourself, it'll be available, and you can
Ooh.
throw your beast in it. And I'm just gonna fine tune it. Had some ideas from Red, maybe to add like a little back door in the back or something. A little what is it? Estrado's little air freshener maybe hanging from the front, like something cool. But yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. But
Yes,
yeah,
I had a couple questions, man.
yeah.
Like with the so talking about like the this looks really good by the way. Talking about the settings, right? Like when you go and render something like this, like what are
Mhm.
the, I guess for you guys, like what's the best preferred like settings to have when rendering, and how long does this really take you guys to render? At least for yourself, Anna.
For myself, what I do is I'll usually it depends on what I work in. So if it's I usually use Eevee because I just like the way it looks with the colors, and because you can mess with the colors with the bloom effect, and I really like that. And what the bloom effect does, I'll show you real quick. Cursor to select it. It gives you. Let me turn on a light right here. So you see how like this light is kind of like shining on them. Well, with bloom effect turned on, you can like make the intensity of the lights, crazy. I mean, you could do it in cycles too, but you need to add it with nodes and all that. But with Eevee, you just can manipulate the lights like really quick, and that's why I like using Eevee. It's just like my style. But anyway, so when I go ahead and render a scene, I'll go into let me see here. Let me change this out real quick. Um, so for what I do with Eevee, since it renders pretty quick when I do it like this, but I'll keep it in the MPEG video mode. So MPEG video mode, and then I'll change the video codec. And right now I have it set at H.264, or you can change it into MPEG 4. So right now I have it at H.264, and I keep it medium quality. I do it good, and it usually pumps it out pretty quickly. But with cycles, because cycles is really heavy with, of course, it makes it look realistic. So that's why it takes up a lot of RAM. It takes a lot of graphic CPU processing, GPU processing. So it really depends on your setup. But let's say your computer can't really handle the really the hardcore like quality of the cycles. Change it to Eevee, because Eevee's actually was made for computers that can't really like handle or don't really have that much like a beast computer. So
Like Mac, for example.
yeah, I would say with Mac, like with like the MacBooks, and if you're having troubles and it sounds like a Firejet or something like a real an F-16, like change it to Eevee and mess around with those settings. I mean, you won't get the high quality, but at least you can get some animations going. And then this will, and
So
then
basically with so basically with Eevee, it's like lower quality, but it's quicker. And
yeah,
then with Psychos, it's better quality, but it's gonna take longer.
exactly. And for that
Got it.
question, Red, I'm just gonna call you Red. It's right here. You're gonna go into where it says render properties, and the render engine is right here, Eevee. So Eevee's good. And then what you can do too is if you, let's say you have a good computer, but you're noticing that your graphics cards, like for some reason it's not kicking in, there, make sure that your preferences that you have, you're not going to see it here because since my screen is kind of pointed on it, but if you go into preferences and you go into system, you can actually toggle your graphics card to turn on, because the default it's not, because it wants you to pick it. So make sure that you go to, what I use is CUDA, or CUDA, and then you can pick your. I'll put it in the pictures right now. I mean, in the chat right now, so you guys can see the setting on it. But make sure that you have that toggled on if you want to utilize your GPU. And then what else? So here, when I have that setting set up, I go into render, and I'll go into like render animation. And it'll just start working, and it should be pretty good. And it also works with rendered image. You don't have to really change it up to where it's a PNG unless you're doing like a sequence. Because what I've noticed, some people, which is fine, you can also do a sequence of animation where it just takes different pictures and then you can compile it. And that works fine too if you want to go that route as well. Like I said, I haven't got into a crazy render where I needed to use that, but that's an option. So, but yeah, to answer that question. What about you, Red? All right. Thanks, Red. I think Red uses cycles, and the last time he did his render for that museum scene, it took him a while for it to actually work, but it looks really nice. So I guess the hours are worth it if you want that detail in it, like really clean. But with mine, as you see my animations that come out, they look a little more cartoony in it. They look really colorful because I use Eevee, and I don't really go that much to the nodes yet with cycles unless I'm gonna get into that. Then I'll learn it. But right now I just have fun with Eevee, and I just work with what I have.
That's actually really good to know though too, because I usually do cycles, but I see Demo in the chat too. He's like, my M1 Mac is crying right now. Yeah. MacBooks are so, oh my god, mine sounds like a helicopter.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, it just like it just like that whole sound, and you're like, oh my god, is it gonna blow up? Like,
So bad. It's
but
so bad. Oh my god.
Red wants to come. Oh yeah, okay.
You guys hear me?
Now we
Yeah.
can.
All right, cool. So I just have Discord issues.
Is Red
That was
talking right
like,
now?
oh,
Or
don't do that anymore because now I have issues.
Red, is Red talking right now,
Yeah.
Panda, or no?
I think
I'm
so.
gonna mute Yashi here in 2 seconds. You watch. So when you were going over the preferences, systems, and CUDA, do you have the GPU and the like?
No, I just have the GPU. I don't. If I'm running one, I don't put them both on because it's just like overkill. So
That would speed it up though, right?
I honestly, I don't know if it would.
So just leave it as only GPU.
Yeah, because there's some times where I'm running different programs too at the same time. So like I'll have the render going, but I have like Photoshop up or something, so I can like at least use the CPU for something else. So it's kind of like divvying up the space you have on your computer, you know. But maybe if you have them both on, maybe it's like supreme super cycles all the way. But I'm not sure. I haven't messed with it.
Gotcha. And did you want to show people the cool trick about having multiple views at once? The screen splitter when you're doing animations?
Oh yeah, usually what I'll do is when I do animations, I'll have, if you scroll up to the little corners of the screen, it could be in the left or the right. When you see that little crosshair there, you can just click the left click and you pull it down and it'll open up like a new screen. So what I usually do is when I'm working with the camera, I'll have the camera set up on one side. So here, this will be like my working area. So when I manipulate the camera, I'll know what it looks like because right away I'm seeing it like on real time, seeing how the camera looks. Um, so that's like a good way of setting it up. But let's say, so here, like, oh, I moved it, but I want to see what it looks like. Well, if you have that second screen open, like, you already know what it's going to look like. So, but let's say here, right, you see how the cube is kind of stuck to the, I have 4 minutes, so let's see. So you see how the cube is like stuck to the path, right? But now what I can do, I said I can go into. Oh, that's another option. I mean, that's another tidbit, guys. If you're working on something and you notice that when you're zooming in, it starts slowing down, and you're trying to like manipulate it to, like, oh man, it doesn't go close to what I want, and I can't see it perfectly. Like if that happens, click whatever you need to look at and press the period button, or like the on the keyboard where the number section is. I'm not sure what it is on Mac though, sorry guys, but if you press the period, it'll zoom right into what you're working on, and then you have full reign of that area that you're working on. So that's a little.
Oh, that's actually happened to me. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to.
Yeah, so let's say, so now that the cube is working there, what I can do now is get this little guy and say I want him to move oh, I didn't attach the keyframe. So what I do is I want to start the keyframe here, right click. Where is it? Where's it? I. Oh, there it goes. Press I for insert keyframe, and then let's say I want to do a rotation, and then here, when he gets up here, he's gonna like look back like, yeah, baby, look at me. And insert rotation, and so now that animation is separate from the cube, so like he's gonna turn his head. Like you can start manipulating different things. So like when the car's up in the air, you can have it where maybe. Wait, why isn't it selecting? Is it selecting? Oh, duh, it's in pose mode. So here you can get this. Let's say I want this to rotate around really fast or something to make it look like a little helicopter. You hit your keyframe. I'm going to hit rotation. And by the time I get to the middle, well, we'll start it right here. Where does he jump off? Right here? Right here? So here. And then you can have it rotate. I don't know. It's a really bad rotation, but I mean, it is what it is. And then rotation, and then so here, it kind of, oh, duh. I basically made it go, I didn't even move it all. Whoops. Hold on.
Can you get him to hit a 360 spin midair?
Oh, you know what? Let me try that. Let me see if I can do that before we start winding things down.
Maybe a flip, maybe, actually, instead of a spin. A spin might be kind of weird.
Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can use the cube on this. And right here. Let's see. Oh, the camera's moving. Oh, you know what? We'll just manipulate the camera.
Oh, because it's cued on it. Actually, that would... What
Did
that
this
look?
work? Let's see what oh, snap.
That's kind of cool.
That's funny.
There you go.
I pressed the wrong one though, but yeah, you technically can. But I think I have another cube on it for some reason. I don't know why there's two empties on this.
You can make
thing.
a second. You can make a second camera with a wide view of the full ramp of him flipping as he goes over it. And then
Yeah.
cut back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can. You can have two cameras on there. We'll go over cameras again because you can toggle per camera, and there's a way to do that. I forgot what it was, but there is a way. So that's there. Oh, this is
This actually
this
looks really good, man.
Okay, it's two different empties then. I don't know where this empties at.
Maybe something else we can break into for next week. No?
Yeah.
Dude.
But I mean, pretty much we got the animation going. The camera's following
Yeah, it
him.
looks really sweet, man. This reminds me of like Mario Party. I love it. Or Mario Kart.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, like I said, I'm gonna fine tune the car when I get some time, and then I'll put it up somewhere so you guys can download the little car for you guys, and you just put your beast in it and see what you guys can do.
Yeah, why don't we get it in the shop called Beast, maybe in the resources section, and just have it there with the videos.
Oh yeah, that could work.
At least for now, for the meantime, until we
Yeah.
get the back end stuff going for another platform that we got going on. But yeah, this was awesome, man. Thank you guys for presenting Red Panda. I think a lot of people were just kind of like astonished by the visuals, man. That's why there wasn't that many questions. It's really good.
That's good. I'm glad. Hopefully everybody learned something, and I could see some stuff that you guys post up for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely,
just want to
guys.
say,
Put this up. Put this up on Twitter, guys. Like, if you guys make a rendering, tag these two guys, tag these legends. And let's get this kind of moving on Twitter, man. Let's do something fun with these renditions. Like, if you guys come up with something, or even if you have doubts or concerns, like how to do this stuff, you can always ask them, guys. I just want to reiterate too on the channel that we have for the Blender Q&A. If you guys have any other questions after this session, guys, you can drop questions in there, if anything. And these are going to be happening weekly. And on that note, too, I'll let you guys finish off, but I will end it on a note. Thank you guys
yeah,
again.
yeah, I just want to say thanks for everyone that attended. Please make sure that you go check out those tutorials if you are brand new, because each week we're going to continue to build upon the concepts that we go over the week before. So if you don't want to fall behind, make sure you watch those tutorials. If you're a brand new beginner, the tutorials are already up. Panda's going to be sending me the video from last week, so if anyone was there last week and wants to review last week, that'll be up there. And then once we get a chance, Panda, did you record today's session or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, perfect. So then we'll also upload that one. So we'll continuously upload them. It's going to be the same YouTube playlist that's referenced in the Blender library, and you can totally catch up before next week with everything we've been building on the previous weeks. If you just spend like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so.
Awesome, guys. I loved it, man. This was really, really dope. Yo, look at the panda on the right corner. Oh my god, I love that. I love
Yeah, I
that.
love that guy. By the way, playing putt putt after this for anyone that's
Oh, let's
interested.
go. I got a rematch.
Wait, I was gonna say though, before putt putt, there is, guys, also, if you guys stay tuned at 4:30, there is also a movie night, by the way. That's at 4:30, guys. 4:30.
Eastern?
Yeah, that's Eastern time, guys. 4:30. So in about 25 minutes, we are gonna have a movie night, and it's gonna be quite interesting. We got Jack hosting that one.
I love all the community stuff we're doing right now. It's really cool. I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, man, we're gonna keep pushing these two guys. So like, if you guys stay tuned, like we're gonna be doing more events. Myself, Mimi, I know you guys are doing the Blender sessions. Jack, all of the guys. We definitely want to do these more often with Justice as well. I'm already planning out some games. So we actually got Putt Putt Party, man, up in there. We have it planned out.
Yeah.
We're gonna start hosting those more and get more people in there so that we can make it competitively fun. So that's gonna be exciting stuff.
Amazing.
Righty, guys. Well, on that note, yo, thank you again, Panda, for hosting, man. It's been awesome.
Oh yeah, man, it's been fun. Always like doing this stuff. And if anybody has any questions, I do go around the 3D section, the channel, and I also check out the Elite Lab. So if there's any questions that you guys have, of course, put them in the Q&A section. But if I see anybody asking questions, I'm more than happy just to jump in and help out. Jump on a call, get on the what is it called, the I guess the Beast whatever channel, the video channel, and we can start dissecting stuff, whatever you need. But yeah, I'll be on.
Awesome, man.